Hi everyone! In this video, we'll learn how to configure the LLDP functions on our switch. LLDP stands for Link Layer Discovery Protocol, and it's used for automatically discover and exchange information with each other. Now, let's log into the switch. Go to Basic Setting, then choose LLDP, and click Configuration. Here, you'll see two sections, LLDP Parameters and LLDP Interface Configuration. First, we will start with LLDP parameters. 1. Transmit interval. This is how often the switch sends LLDP frames to its neighbors. The value must be between 5 and 32,768 seconds. 2. Transmit hold. This defines how long LLDP information remains valid. It's calculated as transmit hold multiple by transmit interval. The range is 2 to 10 times. 3. Transmit delay. When a change happens, like an IP update, the switch sends a new LLDP frame, but it will wait at least the number of seconds set in transmit delay before sending another one. The value must be between 1 and 8,192 seconds, and cannot be larger than 1/4 of transmit interval. And the last one is transmit rainit. When an interface is disabled or LLDP is turned off, the switch sends a shutdown frame. Transmit rainit defines how many seconds later LLDP will restart. The range is 1 to 10 seconds. For now, I'll keep all parameters at their default values. Next, LLDP interface configuration. Here you can configure LLDP on each switch port. There are 4 LLDP modes. First is disabled. LLDP is completely off on this port. Second is enabled. The switch both sends and receives LLDP information. Third, receive only. The switch does not send LLDP information, but it will receive and analyze LLDP data from neighbors. And the last is transmit only. The switch sends LLDP information but ignores data received from neighbors. You can also enable optional TLVs or type length value fields to include extra details in LLDP messages, such as port description, system name, system description, system capabilities, and management address. For this test, I'll also leave everything as default. Now, we can see who is our neighbor by Click Neighbors function. Here you'll see details about connected devices, local interface, the switch port sending and receiving LLDP frames. In this test, the port 1 and port 2 of my switch are connected to another switch, and port 8 is connected to my PC. Then we have chassis ID, usually the MAC address of the neighbor device. Next is port ID, the neighbor's port number and port description of the neighbor's port. So in this test, I'm using port 8 for each neighbor switch to connect into my current switch. We can also check the system name, the host name advertised by the neighbor. Next is system capabilities. It shows the device's role, such as bridge, router, access point, and more. A positive symbol means enabled, and a negative symbol means disabled. And the last one is management address, the neighbor's management IP, which is useful for network management. In this test, my neighbor devices are using IP address 10.71 and 10.72. For the next page, it is LLDP port statistics. This page shows traffic counters for LLDP. There are 2 types of counters. First is global counters. It applies to the entire switch. And the other one is local counters. It applies to specific ports. 4 LLDP global counters. Clear global counters. It will reset all global stats. Neighbor entries last change shows when the last neighbor entry was added or removed. Total entries added, deleted, dropped, aged out. These all will track the number of changes since the switch reboot. 4 LLDP statistics local counters. Local interface is the port being monitored. TX frames, RX frames are number of LLDP frames sent and received. RX errors is invalid LLDP frames received. Frames discarded is frames dropped if the neighbor table is full. TLVs discarded is invalid LLDP TLVs. TLVs unrecognized is valid TLVs but with unknown type. Org discarded is organizational TLVs dropped. Age outs is entries removed after timeout. And clear is to resets local stats for the selected port. And that's it. You've just learned how to configure and monitor LLDP functions on your switch, including parameters, interface settings, neighbors, and statistics. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.